should see a through.
Some performance.
Some performance indeed. Let's take a look at the bracket as things stand then. I mean, we've mentioned this man, Mark Marley, will be facing Anders Vergang, but, I mean, Rich, we've also got Emre Yilmaz against Nicholas. I mean, I can see the smile on your face already. How are you feeling about that one?
What a game. What a game. I mean, it's just... I saw these two in Valencia, and there was a lot of words said. I think both Emre Yilmaz will want to win this game so much. Both players, we're going to have a guaranteed finalist who's won this tournament before. I cannot wait. Honestly, I can't wait for this game.
I mean, listen, and also quickly for you, I mean, you're facing Anders Vergang. There's a lot of talk about him. Are you going to change anything or just more of the same?
More of the same.
More of the same. Listen, best of luck. We will be seeing you very soon in the semi-finals. But for now, we've brought the band back together. You might have seen them as teammates. At one point, Mr. Ryan Pessoa and Shells, over to you.
Thank you, FG. As you said, I'm joined by Shells. It's a pleasure, as always. We're at the analysis desk, and it's for the MasterCard moment of the match. And it's a special one. It's from someone that you've been bigging up throughout the tournament, who actually lost the game, but we have to just dissect the gameplay because it was so good, it's worth a second watch.
I mean, commiserations to Samu Gamer again, but if you talk about the build-up, he's got it all, and what a laugh. It was a great goal. We have to break it down.
Yeah, we have to, and one thing that's great here, we've got the controller, so I'll let you pick that up. We'll see it once over in its entirety. The build-up play is sensational, the triggering of runs, the composure here to take a touch and then put it in at the near post. Samu Gamer started off so well, and honestly, you have to pick up Anders because to stop someone of this quality going forward, you have to be playing at the top of your game.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about Anders and attack him and never really give him credit defensively, but Samu Gamer has broken him down perfectly.
So what's he done here? Tyson, you've got the controller. Show the exact movements on the controller, what he's done.
He's got the ball, he's played the ball into, I believe that is Masweedi. He's play locked, L3, R3. To do a play lock, you L3, R3. Pause it right now. To do the play lock, you hold L3 and R3 on controller, click it down, right stick to switch to the player you want. He's done it to Mbarbo and pulled him into space. Now, because if we resume the clip, he's play locked again into Kaka, but pause it right there. If we could go back just slightly, a little bit.
When it gets to Kaka, right there, a bit further forward, just a tiny bit. Bingo. Right.
L1 triangle. He's done an over-the-top through ball into his winger, and Samu Gamer knows exactly where his players are on the pitch. He's worked up on the right-hand side into the middle. He knows his left winger.
So then show that on the controller. Exactly. He's pressing. What buttons has he pressed?
Hold L1 and triangle. Probably, I don't know how much power bars he does, and he holds the left stick down to the left-hand side where his wing is, where he knows his wingers is.
The thing is, the clip will continue. You can't even see this option really on the screen, literally. So he's built this up. He knows he's had an attack and the blueprint in place. And as you mentioned, he's triggered the run.
If you pause it here, he's triggered it with Kaka just before. If Kaka's hand was out in the air, that means it's been triggered. So he already knows what type of look he's setting up. So as you can see, Kaka, his arm is running. He knows that Kaka's running forward. And Janola is about taking space and waiting for the right time to play a pass into Kaka.
So what does he do here? Look, he cuts back, and in this moment, it's just a normal square pass.
Patience. So just, all he does, pressing square on the controller. At the right time, Kaka into space, he's done so well to take a touch. So a lot of us would probably put a header in and put it wide, but he took a touch with Kaka and puts a 1-0 up.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an incredible start to the game. Very unlucky, to be honest, but he's playing against an Anders Vergang who's on the top of his form. And let's take a look at the predictions. Well, we call it predictions for some people like yourself and Case and Richard. For me, we call this a spoiler. So for those that don't want this to be spoiled, look away quickly. You might have had a glimpse. 4 for 4.
No, Brian's been nudging me this whole time, bragging about his prediction.
You don't teach this stuff.
I would take for my prediction to be wrong, I'm happy Marley's through. How about that?
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm so happy for him, but I'm on course. I'm the only one on course to potentially see out the correct bracket. But that's enough of us. Let's get ready for that huge semi-finals between Emre, Yilmaz, and Nicholas.
The first 4 competitors of the pack.
This is it. It's win or go home.
It's a cheeky chip. It's the 2023 champion Emre Yilmaz.
This is my time.
Nicholas makes it 5 goals to 3.
It's time to keep your head.
Nicholas, calm, composed and cold as ever.
This is the eChampions League semi-final.
Well, it's semi-final time here at the eChampions League. 8 becomes 4, and very soon it will be one of these two charging towards lifting that trophy for a second time in their career. Both have been on this stage many times before, and both have won this competition. The year after the other, it was Nicholas back in 22 in Stockholm, and Emre Yilmaz clutched up just the year after in Istanbul. This semi-final has so much on it. Some would even argue it could be a grand final, but only one of them will be making it into that last matchup here in Munich. Myself, Brandon Smith and Casey are taking you through a game that is just so hard to predict. They had quarter-final performances that I didn't expect.
No, this is an epic matchup that none of us could have predicted. This easily could have been a final, as you said. We saw them face off in the La Liga semifinals as well, so it's a bit of a revenge match here for Emre, as he did lose to Nicholas in that semifinal. But I'm excited for this one. This could be one of the best matches of the day.
Absolutely. In case you missed it, Nicholas won the La Liga FC Pro just last month in April in Valencia, where he was able to go back-to-back as champion. By them two making it into the top four, that was enough to qualify Emre Yilmaz back into the eChampions League. He did lose to Nicholas 3-2, and let's just say maybe he wasn't so happy with how the game did plan out there. That was the first time that Nicholas, in fact, has actually beaten Emre Yilmaz, where he was able to go back-to-back as champion. The last 4 times they've matched, by them two making it into the top four, that was had Nicholas's number. But as Mark Marley said there in his interview case, this is knockout FC. This is one game at a time. Forget the group stages, forget anything of that. It's a 9-minute half, anything can happen, and if we need extra time and penalties, we shall go there.
Absolutely, it's one game at a time. It's crazy though, because as they look behind them, they see the trophy there. So they're so close to getting that trophy within their grasp, but they have to go one game at a time, because if they start rushing, getting ahead of themselves, thinking about that final, anything can happen.
And surely they must know as well, because they've done this journey before, Case. They've been in the groups, the league phase, the knockout phase. They've gone all the way to the lengths of winning this tournament and having their name on that trophy. In some ways, you could argue that gives you a bit more confidence.
Absolutely, and if we're talking about last year's competition, Emre Yilmaz getting knocked out in the semifinals, so he's definitely wanting to improve off of last year. Nicholas getting knocked out in the groups, so already improved on his performance from last year.
If Nicholas wins this tournament today, the eChampions League, he will be one of the first players to be on the cusp of picking up $1 million in prize earnings. And the fact that he's still not been a world champion yet is mind-boggling, that he's won all that prize money.
No, it is absolutely insane. He's in the contention for the quote-unquote GOAT, but...
Is he the GOAT?
In my opinion, he is.
I mean, we can ask the chat as well. I'm sure we can get a poll ahead of the match prediction. Is Nicholas the GOAT right now? If he goes to win this competition, he'll be a 2-time eChampions League winner. He's not got a world championship behind him, but so many people do call him the GOAT, and I feel like, for me, it's hard to argue against it, but he's just missing that world championship.
I think if he does win a world championship, that is the signed, sealed, delivered GOAT status. But yeah, let us know in the chat, who is your GOAT in terms of the FC scene? We would love to know.
I feel like if he did win the world championship, he would probably retire with the amount he's done. He would have definitely earned over $1 million if that was the case. That is what they're playing for, the eChampions League trophy. As I said, they've both lifted this incredible trophy once before in back-to-back years. Well, should we get it underway then? Semi-final time in the eChampions League, as Emre Yilmaz will take on Nicholas for a spot in the eChampions League Grand Finals. It's crazy to say as well, Case, that there is a world that if Emre Yilmaz was to go and become champion again today, he would not have lost a single game in this whole eChampions League process.
No, that would be absolutely insane. Not losing a game in the league phase, in all of the knockout phase. And that is quite a feat, because we said goodbye to so many top-tier competitors in the league phase. And to go through all of that undefeated is just very, very impressive.
Well, we asked for your predictions as well. Who's going to win this game? A 60-40 poll. Nicholas taking the slight advantage there of coming out on top. As we said, they played just over a month ago. These two matched on the 20th of April in Valencia. It was a semi-final where Nicholas was able to beat Emre Yilmaz as Sevilla took on Real Sociedad. Now they match up in an eChampions League semi-final with Emre Yilmaz. He's got unfinished business.
What a start here for Emre Yilmaz. It all starts off with Maradona. Not many people have Maradona on their team, but he gets it in to Thierry Henry with the finish. It puts him up 1-0 against Nicholas.
Well, he openly said after his quarter-final win that he doesn't have any respect for Nicholas when he comes onto the pitch. And Nicholas might just say the same. 1 minute later, down the other end, Nicholas ties up the game at 1-1.
Ginola into Pele, twisting and turning. He wanted a quick answer after that goal. Harry Kane across the goal makes it 1-1.
What a start. We know they're great starts in their quarterfinals. Both are 4-0 up in their games. Back to you, Emre Yilmaz.
You can't blink?
You blink, you'll miss a goal here in the eChampions League.
The play starts off with Kimmich, again into Thierry Henry, doesn't even need to green time the shot. That puts him up 2-1. It is absolute madness here in this first semifinal matchup.
You win this game, oh my, David Beckham, you win this game, $50,000 guaranteed without a ball even being kicked in the grand final. Huge stakes on the line. You can only just begin to feel the pressure that these players must be under. Just does enough there, Lucio, because Thierry was very much on the way. That's a poor pass though from Nicholas.
Dangerous through balls coming in here. Thierry Henry is just ready to go. Nicholas has to stay on his game if he's going to keep Emre Yilmaz off of him.
Well, in case you've missed the news here with the eChampions League, there is going to be a champion icon SBC that's going to be chosen by our winner here tonight in Munich. We've already revealed 3 of the icons that are in the selection process: Andrea Pirlo, Socrates and Fernando Torres. There is still 3 more, but it could very much be. David Ginola, can he find the pass to the back post? Wins a corner instead. I'm sure Emre Yilmaz will not mind. Lofted into the front post. Lucio was in the air. It looked like he was going for a bicycle kick for a second. Still not fully dealt with. Zé Roberto finds the feet of Maradona, then recycles into Henry. 3-1, Emre Yilmaz leads.
Thierry Henry, MVP for Emre Yilmaz in these situations. Maradona into Thierry Henry, across the goal. It is 3-1. Not many celebrations. We don't get to see that too often here with Emre. The only time we see him celebrate is when he's actually lifting that trophy. He's locked in until those final moments.
But what a start he has had so far to his eChampions League finals journey. An 8-2 win in his quarterfinal, sorry. When you play against a player of Nicholas's quality case, it's all about the start. It's all about making it difficult for Nicholas, making him uncomfortable, and more importantly, just not letting him score first.
Absolutely, but Nicholas is one of those players that even down in the latter half of the game, somehow he's able to get back into this one. And so I anticipate a few more goals here from the Iceman.
Oh my, look at the high line that he's playing every time, and Emre Yilmaz just going to pick him off. He's on for 4.
The confidence that we are seeing here from Emre Yilmaz is just fantastic. We're seeing this come from an undefeated Emre. Henry, beautiful pass into Maradona. Ginola dribbles it in. He chooses to go with the chip over the keeper. Keeper cannot get to it in time. All right, we see a little bit of a celebration there. He's heating up.
It just seems like a very aggressive back line, though, doesn't it, Case? Every time. It's a really risky manoeuvre from Nicholas. Well, a simple 1-2, and the pace that his forwards have got, leaving yourself in such a dangerous situation.
Now, Brandon, you mentioned some icon SBCs that we can potentially get in.
The guesses?
Yeah, can we get some hints?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to reveal the next icon that could be chosen. As we said, it's all about the champion here tonight in the eChampions League. They have the power, so whoever wins tonight, maybe drop them a message on social media and tell them who you want to select. I'll give you a clue. This next icon that's in the 6 of the available selection is from France.
France. Okay.
So you can have a guess. The chat can have a guess.
All right, I have a guess for you. Because I personally would love this item. Is it Thierry Henry?
I know Ryan Purcell wanted them
You
as
would
well.
also love that.
It's not Thierry Henry.
Okay.
However, it is a player that played for Arsenal.
Okay, good hint. Yeah,
That
let us
gives
know
you,
in the chat who we think it might be. Oh, a lot of people are saying Zidane, potentially.
Did he play for Arsenal? I mean, no, they wish he did.
No, maybe they're just a lot of Zidane fans.
Thierry Henry on for 5. He goes for that famous chip again.
What about a Patrick Vieira?
Oh, I like your thinking. No.
No. All right. Well, it's worth a
Unfortunately
try.
not. I mean, they're unbelievable icon items, aren't they? Here's Nicholas. Is Kane going to get there? He is. Bit of confusion at the back there for Emre Yilmaz. The defender didn't want to lock onto it. And even in the goalkeeper.
I almost thought the goalkeeper was going to get there in time. Starts off with Vieira, passes by into Harry Kane. Goalkeeper cannot get a foot on it, and he's able to get it in the back of the goal.
It seems like it actually worked out quite well there. I think it was Pele that originally was going to lock onto the ball, but didn't. Any more guesses coming in? Here we go. Franck Ribéry. As we said, the next icon we're about to reveal, he is a French icon, but it's not Ribéry. Laurent Blanc, I think there's an Arsenal link there, isn't there? Not him. All right, you got me. Robert Pires, confirmed.
There we go.
He is in the 6 icon selection for the champion SBC. So in case you've not heard the others, Socrates, Andrea Pirlo, Fernando Torres, and Robert Pires are in the selection pool for our champion here tonight in Munich. There are still 2 more icons we will reveal later into the show. So stay tuned if you want to hear who those could be. And remember, as it's an SBC case, we can even get the player in our squads.
Absolutely. I completed the one last year, and I will be completing it again. There's a couple on that list that I would prefer, I think, so I might need to have some chats with the winner.
You might have to get some fodder free. Henry, his shot blocked. Maradona runs into his teammate. Plays for Tweedy. Looking just to drive into the space that's been made available. Can Harry Kane get a shot away? David Ginola. I mean, we can't complain with the half that we've seen so far, okay? It's been
end to end.
Pretty much end to end, hasn't it?
So many goals. You can't take your eyes off the screen because there's going to be a goal that you miss.
Well, the year that Emre Yilmaz did win the Champions League, these two did match up in the knockout stages, and it was Emre Yilmaz that beat Nicholas. As I was saying, aside of the La Liga FC Pro matchup they played last month, the last 4 times these have matched at World Championships, eChampions Leagues, Emre Yilmaz has always been able to beat Nicholas. And as the half-time whistle blows, he's in a really comfortable position.
Is it comfortable, though? Because a 2-goal lead against a player like Nicholas, I'm still worried at this point. I think that Emre knows that he has the expertise to potentially come back in this game, and he needs to keep his eye on the prize here.
It's a 2-goal cushion, which isn't the biggest of gaps, which I have to agree with you is very difficult against a player of Nicholas's quality. But if you could put 2 of the calmest players next door to each other, you wouldn't find anyone else.
No.
They give you zero reaction, these two.
It's the composure. They have the mentality to be champions. They've done before. 2022, 2023. And it's the mentality that wins you those trophies at the end of the day.
Absolutely. As we said, if you have just tuned in, this is the Champions League final. We're in Munich with a live crowd this evening. Tonight, someone will be picking up $75,000 and that trophy you can see in the distance, and also the Icon SBC that we keep on talking about at home. There is also a Mystery League while we're in the pause of play here. Kat, has anyone been able to guess it yet in the chat? Because
I've seen a few guesses, and I think that I've seen a couple of correct answers. But a lot of guesses in the chat.
There's a lot of guesses, isn't there? Normally someone sort of makes up a lie and then everyone goes and uses the wrong player and no one really benefits from it. Well then, should we kick off this second half? Nicholas using his full 90-second pause, as so is Emre Yilmaz. He knows what a big game this is, a $50,000 game this. Huge chance to build momentum heading in to the last stage of this season. Hang on a second. Emre Yilmaz might be on for 5. What a start to this second half.
What a start it is for Emre Yilmaz. It all starts off with Mo Salah quickly passing to Maradona. Thierry Henry, like we said earlier, MVP of the game. Green times. Not much that Nicholas can do here as we see his reaction. A little bit of a shake of the head.
It's that little sort of through ball, isn't it? That people at home might be thinking how they can add it into their game. If you get the timing of it right, Case, it is so deadly.
And he keeps going for it as well, and it continues to work for him.
Oh my, goalkeeper's gone packing. Goalkeeper's gone missing. I don't think Renzo can quite believe what he's seeing. Emre Yilmaz is on flames.
My goodness. Starts off with Maradona. The goalkeeper is absolutely nowhere to be seen. He has space for days. Thierry Henry getting another one. We see a little bit of a celebration there, but Emre Yilmaz looking top tier in the semifinal.
And as cold as the Iceman is, I feel like he's really met his match at the moment at Emre Yilmaz, who is got a 4-goal lead. Not for so long, though. Vieira down the other end gives Nicholas the start of a comeback.
I mentioned it before.
6-3 now.
Do not ever count out a player like Nicholas. David Beckham, not many people have him on their team. Into Patrick Vieira. And he's back in this match, 6-3. Emre Yilmaz still leads.
Seven.
Make it 7.
Goals to 3 for Emre Yilmaz. 15 goals he scored in his last 2 games. Yes, it might have been a fortunate bounce back, but it's what he does from that point onwards, isn't it, that makes all the difference.
He still has to finish. He still has to get the ball in the back of the net, and he indeed does that. We'll see if Nicholas has an answer here, because this match is slowly getting away from him.
Pele wins a corner. He's just playing it so well, though, because even when Nicholas gets the goal back, he just restores that lead again.
There's always an answer.
And we said at a 2-goal cushion it was all right, but a 4-goal lead.
And he'll continue to push.
Oh, he will.
Because at this point, he doesn't even need to continue to push. He could sit back, try to just hold possession for as long as possible, make sure that Nico doesn't get a goal in here. But it does seem like Emre is continuing on trying to pursue more goals.
Right. Mystery Leagues, I can confirm that isn't my dad in the chat, M. Smith. Scottish Prem is the Mystery League. It's not. If you somehow completed an objective with the Scottish Prem, then fair play to you. League of Portugal, no, that was before. That was back in the league phase, that was. In the Champions League. Hello. Oh my.
La Liga, incorrect. Nice try, though.
It will be revealed at a later point in the show, for those wondering as well, the Mystery League. Thierry Henry! 8-3! Everything that Emre Yilmaz touches is just turning into gold at the moment.
Fantastic tackle here. Starts off with Ginola. Henry across the goal. Green timed. I mean, this is just excellence at its finest here for Emre Yilmaz.
5-goal leads with over 25 minutes left in this game. I know it's Nicholas. I know he does the miracles sometimes, but I just can't see a comeback here. Can you?
I never say never, especially for a player like Nicholas, but it would be a very difficult task.
He's
here.
offside. Well, up next after this one, you're probably wondering who's on the other side of the bracket. Mark Marley takes on Anders Vergang in the semi-finals of the eChampions League. The winner will play Emre Yilmaz by the looks of it. I mean, look, Mark Marley, we know he's got the quality, we know he's got the ability, but what a result that was against Johnny.
What a result. To take down the reigning champion of this competition at this stage is just so good, especially because we saw a difficult league phase for Mark. It was not an easy process for him, but he's fought his way here. You know, it's tooth and nail getting him into this situation, but he deserves to be here because he is taking down some of the best.
Well, he said it in the best way possible, that the eChampions League phase for him was like playing in a world championship with the names that were around him. And you can't argue with that. So many stat names in the competition. Mohamed Salah, Maradona, offsides.
It's interesting though, Brandon, because I asked Emre before we did our interview how he was feeling after that Alihan game, and he goes, it wasn't easy. And it was an 8-2 game. And so I do feel like even in games where it seems like he's dominating, it's not an easy thing for him to do. He's still having to have 100% focus in order to do a potential opportunity here. Another one. Ginola. Emre is just on fire.
Does he know this is a semi-final? Or the bigger part that he's playing against Nicholas 99? No one does that to Nico. Emre Yilmaz does.
9 goals.
9-3 Emre Yilmaz leads. I mean, put him in the final already if he didn't. He's on his way to another eChampions League grand final. He was there in Istanbul in 2023. 2 years on. He's looking to be the first player to have won this competition twice.
I've just seen the best comment in the chat. Someone has asked, is Emre doing the 45 goals objective? That is a great question.
I think at that point it's just disrespect, isn't it?
That was such a difficult objective. I struggled so much.
40, you could play on like amateur though, right?
Beginner.
Beginner, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still hard though. The timing of it's very difficult. 45 goals.
Does anyone complete it?
There's some.
9-3. Surely he's not on for double digits. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Time running away for Nicholas, unfortunately. He still needs 6 goals in just real no time at all. Pele bundled off it by fellow Brazilian Lucio. Oh, cleverly done there by Mohamed Salah. And a tactical foul there from Nicholas. Zambrotta into the book with a yellow card. I mean, it's hard to call this one, Case, because Emre Yilmaz had a really perfect quarter-final, but this one, I argue it's been better in many ways.
No, I think he's just all around the better player in this specific moment in time. I know that we've seen their matches go back and forth. Nicholas won in La Liga, but we're just seeing a different class of Emre Yilmaz here in this semifinal, and to be honest, the entirety of this competition.
Well, it's a really well taken goal from Nicholas, but unfortunately it won't be much for him. It's going to be Emre Yilmaz's day. As he will be going through to another eChampions League grand final. Well, in into the pause we go. 4 minutes left. Believe it or not, we've already had 49 goals scored today.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane. You know what else is insane? Emre Yilmaz is potentially going to be going up against Marley or Anders.
Yeah.
That'll be a good match as well.
Well, that semi-final comes straight up next after this one. Well, there's one of his teammates that watches on, Mane Bashore, in the crowd. He'll be no doubt happy with what he's seen from his good friend and fellow Dutch teammate. I'm sure they're both going to be watching the Champions League final together on Saturday. Maybe Emre will treat him to dinner if he picks up that $75,000 in the grand final. Well, are we going to see goal 50 in this game? Added time to follow. Commiserations to Nicholas. We know where he has been this year. From World Championships to CONMEBOL Libertadores. Still so consistent, but unfortunately will not be having his name on this year's trophy.
It just goes to show that some of the most consistent competitors will be going out of this competition because we just have some of the best players in the world. And it's crazy that we had an Emre Yilmaz versus Nicholas in this stage, but it was an epic one.
Full-time result, 12 goals between the two of them. As Emre Yilmaz cruises through to an eChampions League grand final. What a performance, what a night he's having here in Munich. One step away from the big one. Who's going to join him? That is the question. Who will be joining him in that grand final? Because up next, we have this game coming for you. Mark Marley of Brighton Hove Albion, his best ever run in the Champions League, up against Anders Vergang, who's won it all. But this competition here, could it be his night in Munich? It's up next.
Christos, goalkeeper.
Absolutely no idea.
Free kick, corner, penalty, free kick. Christos means free kick. Lucky.
It's never getting that.
Meter. Offside. First half.
Like
Cross? No. Header? Corner. Coach.
penalty.
Penalty. Easy. Same in Dutch. Oh, bro, it's so difficult, John. Ah, okay.
What?
Schiedsrichter.
I've never heard that.
It's about football.
Goal kick.
Offside. Red card. Schiedsrichter. Is it the ref? Schiedsrichter means referee.
Bro, how? I never heard it. Genau, mad actually.
Hello.
This is your captain speaking. I'm pleased to announce that Qatar Airways are now the official airline of the UEFA Champions League.
This is the UEFA Champions League Challenge, presented by PlayStation Tournaments. There is €1,000 on the line. Who will be this year's champion?
Yeah, I'm really nervous to compete against such incredible players. It's awesome.
That's really nice to play also at the main stage there.
I'm really excited. I think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
My name is Manuel Bachuri. I'm 20 years old. I'm from the Netherlands.
My name is Pascal. My gaming name is Pascal_2712 and I'm from Stuttgart.
My name is Joe Hellmann. My gamer tag is JH7. I'm from Germany.
My name is Oscar. My gaming name is Impact and I'm from Norwich.
Yeah, they were really high-class players and I'm happy to compete against players like this.
Yeah, I think it will be tough matchups. Manu Bacho is a world champion. The other players are also really good.
I think the opponents are at a high level, but I know how good I am as well, so I'm just ready to get started, really.
As always, I hope to win.
Chance to play on the same stage as the Champions League finalists.
Performing on a big stage, it was a pleasure to be here. The semi-final went really close.
We're going game 3! Pascal, out of nowhere!
I managed to win 2-1 in the best of 3 series. All 3 games were really close. Managed to see himself over the line.
Semi-final, I won the first game quite comfortably, and then I lost it also quite comfortably.
And JH7 adds a 4th, and we're going to game 3. Huge turn up here for JH7.
And it was really close in the last game, so it was a little bit unlucky. I lost the semi-final into 3 games.
It is Manu Bachur versus Impacts in the UEFA Champions League Challenge PlayStation Tournament's final. It's about to be an epic one.
In the final against Manu, I won the first leg.
I felt I had a lot of chances, so I just didn't take them.
Impacts! Cheeky chip over the goalkeeper!
It's Impacts up 1-0 against Manu Bachur.
Yeah, at the back of my mind, I had like, okay, let's just at least win the second game. And I was 4-0 up, I think, in the first half.
We're on our way to a game 3 in our grand final.
And then the next game didn't go my way. I weren't playing too well, and he capitalised.
And so is Manu Bachur. He'll have €1,000 in his pocket. He is your UEFA Champions League Challenge winner. Congratulations to Manu Bachur.
To go to a UCL final and to play at such a stage, especially for the aspiring EFC pros, then I would recommend it for sure.
PlayStation.
Well, someone else who will be hoping to lift this trophy in the grand final was Emre Yilmaz, who's just taken down Nicholas by 9 goals to 3. I mean, that was a bit personal, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it was a little revenge from the La Liga, but I played good. I hope to keep this level at the final.
What is going on with you today? I said to you before, you're probably playing the best FC that I think you've ever played. 8 goals scored in your first quarter-final, 9 scored then. Are we in double digits for the grand final? What's going on? Why are you playing so ruthless?
I hope I make it 10 in the final, but I don't know. I train hard, a lot of sessions, but yeah, I keep my composure and just to play my game and then I win.
Come on, Emre, give us the scoop. Who do you want in the grand final? Who do you want?
Doesn't matter.
Come on.
Doesn't matter. Marley or Anders, doesn't matter.
Marley? No?
Anders gonna take revenge on me, so I don't know.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. Congratulations, you are 1 step away from lifting that trophy for a second time in his career. But for now, it's over to FG and Rich to break down the hype of what we've just seen.
Yes, thank you very much to Brandon. Congratulations to Emre. Rich, look at these stats. More shots, more pass completed, more pass success, more possession, and more importantly, more goals. 9-4 in a game we thought was going to be really tight.
Quite surprising, really. Like, it was so dominant. And this was the semi-final of the eChampions League, a tournament which we've been bigging up for months and months and months. The best players on the planet. And Emre made it look like a walk in the park.
I mean, he's made the majority of this tournament, if not all of it so far, a walk in the park. I mean, if you're Marley or if you're Anders, of course, you've got a semi-final to think about. I mean, but you've got to face this man. And is he the most informed player here right now?
Absolutely. First in the league phase. Can't forget that. 16 points out of 18. Walks into the knockout games. Beats the young up-and-coming player that everyone thought maybe, especially Brandon Smith, thought might go all the way in Alihan. And then 9-4 against Nicholas. He's the man to beat.
He is the man to beat, and he's booked his place into the final. You can see that we've got a semi-final as well. Marley against Anders Vergang coming up. Any predictions for us, Rich?
I'll be commentating it, so I've got to stay neutral as ever. Who do you want to see? Emre weren't answering. Who do you want to see Emre play in the final?
I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see the ECL Showtime presented by Pepsi. A massive thank you to them. This is the part of the show where we can just sit back in awe, because some of the things we're about to see on the ECL Showtime that we've already seen today are just sensational. I mean, where better to start than this man?
Yeah.
Emre Yilmaz. Look, I'm running out of words for him. He's got Ruud Gullit backing him as well, which isn't too bad.
Stupendous.
I mean, that is a big word, but listen, we've also got the likes of Samu Gamer, who we've not seen.
That's a lovely goal.
We saw one game. I think Shells was saying all throughout, it's the dark arts. We love the dark arts. We've lost so many great players here already.
That's one of my favourite goals, the little Lacroqueta into the near post finish. Really, really nice. And we just were hyping up that performance again with the cheeky chip. He's got it in the locker, Emre Yilmaz.
I was to say, Emre Yilmaz has got that cheeky chip in his locker. You can't be bringing out your goalkeeper there, can you?
I mean, you have to bring the goalkeeper to try and narrow the angle. If you just let him run through, he's going to finesse it, he's going to trivela it. What can you do?
Stood next to Pep. Listen, right, let's head over to Casey and to Mr. Shells.
Thanks so much, FG. Yes, I'm joined here at the analysis desk with Shells. But we're going to chat about our next two competitors here. We have Mark Marley's draft. He'll be going up against Anders. Anything stick out for you here, Shells?
I mean, for the hardest thing anyone's got to do in the tournament to pick their team is find a replacement for Gullit. He's going with Valverde, which I think is an interesting choice. I think one of the better midfielders, but because you don't really see him in a defensive formation because he can't play DM, I think he's going to be the guy that tries to help Mark Marley to get the success that he needs to beat Anders.
I mean,